I was out on my dirt bike September 26th last year, training for an upcoming race, riding hard, riding well. A very competent rider, always careful as possible. I was coming around a turn and hit a root that had worked itself to the surface, a large tree root. And what happened was it cocked the handlebars to full lock and caused the front tire to skid along the trail. When the back tire hit that root, it caused the bike to catapult me completely off. And I was going probably 35, 40 mile an hour into the woods, and I hit a tree dead on with my face and my torso. Snapped my neck, broke my jaw down the middle, dislocated my jaw on both sides, broke 2 ribs, broke my sternum, and punctured a lung. I was knocked unconscious. I don't know how long I was unconscious, but I remember waking up and looking, staring at the sky, and just thinking that, I didn't want to die out in the woods that day. A girl on horseback, fortunately, was out on that same trail, and she rode out and found another guy on a dirt bike and told him about the accident and brought him back to where I was. He had a cell phone on him, and he called the emergency squad. Then he rode out and found another guy, a friend of mine now, that was out searching for edible mushrooms out in the woods. Called the emergency squad, came with a 4x4 vehicle and drove me out of the woods. That's where the helicopter came and picked me up.
There were angels in the woods that day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They took me into the trauma unit, and that's where Dr. Yoakum did his work on me. I was in basically a drug-induced coma for several weeks after that.
After the accident and Dr. Yoakum introduced himself to us, or to me, he explained to me that basically Tom's head had separated from his body. He did mention donor tissue. They did the first surgery where they actually tried to put his head back to his spine. He showed me the MRI, which there was a lot of white, almost like a cloud around his spine, and I asked him what that was, and he told me that's where all the bone fragments were placed from the donor tissue. Later on, I found out that, of course, this was the tissue that had been donated from someone else, and that tissue actually helped his own body to create more bone. Now he's totally self-sufficient, walking, working out every day, swimming.
I swim on a regular basis in the pool. I go to the gym every day, work out, lift, do cardio, walk a mile on the treadmill. I've ridden a bicycle around the backyard.
I got my husband back. Just thank you to the families, because I know, I got a very small portion of split-second view into what that might be like. I could have been donating Tom. So I know the pain, I know the suffering that you go through when your loved one is possibly injured fatally or is fatally injured. And I just want to thank from the bottom of my heart that you were courageous enough to give someone else a chance of life. And I know it must be hard, and I know. So Tom and I are very grateful. Our daughter, our son, our families are just very grateful for your courageousness and your selflessness and just your generosity.
Yeah. Very lucky to be here today. Very, very fortunate.